long, we've seen the warnings from scientists as high temperatures climb into the danger zone around the globe. I asked our meteorologist and climate contributor Dana Fulton to break down exactly what that means for us right here at home over the years to come.
Well, over the last few weeks, the headlines have shown off the record-breaking temperature trend throughout the deep south in the United States and also internationally, parts of Europe setting all-time high temperature records. And this is a trend that climatologists have been monitoring really for the last several decades. Climate science and climate change is not a new conversation, but the numbers are starting to become a little more startling. As we look back since 1970, our average daytime temperature, our average high temperatures have risen almost 4 degrees for some parts of the country, especially in the Southwest. For Madison, sitting a little closer to 1 to 2 degrees, but that still makes a huge difference for our environment. 1 to 2 degrees, if you're sitting outside, might not feel much, but when those average temperatures continue to increase, it does lead to bigger impacts to the overall picture. As we look ahead to the next few summers, the concerning trend now is our overnight low patterns. Warm summer nights, that's the big draw here. We've seen the greatest increase in our overnight low temperatures, almost 5.5 degrees since 1970. This is also quite concerning because daytime high temperatures, again, a few degrees in the afternoon might not feel like much, but we need these cooler nights for our plants, for water temperatures to pull down, also for our more vulnerable populations, folks that may not have air conditioning units. Cooler overnights allows our houses to cool down, allows our buildings to cool down, and those urban heat centers to also cool down. We need that drop overnight, and this is where we're seeing the greatest increase in our temperature trend. Overall, that increase is climbing the highest, very similar to what we saw with the overall average temperatures in the deep south, the southwestern portion of the country, and the very southern edge of Florida. But that still trends up into southern Wisconsin, where we're seeing that above average trend, adding on a few more nights where temperatures are trending in the warmer direction. And what this means for our bigger picture as we look ahead to the next 100 years or 78 years at this point, average high temperatures expected to climb up almost 10 degrees. That means for Madison, as we look ahead to 2060, that moves us down to southern Indiana for what it feels like outside in the summer. And by the year 2100, we're looking at the southern portion of Georgia towards Columbus, Georgia. So it is a big migration south in latitude if the temperature trend continues on this way. That's why the concern with climate change is such a hot topic, of course, and such a vibrant conversation right now, because these small temperature changes have big impacts to the entire environmental picture. And just 10 degrees, while, again, on an average day, if you're comparing a Tuesday to Wednesday, might not sound like a big temperature jump. Over the course of 80 to 100 years, it can absolutely change the entire demographic and the entire makeup of a city or a county or a state or even a country. So we have our agriculturalists who are concerned about that warming temperature trend, and also our urban centers looking at how people can stay cool and stay comfortable. It's something that we're going to continue to monitor and, of course, continue to talk about as more data comes out and helps paint an even clearer picture of the path that we're on.